foot ain't big, but it's big enough to throw your ass around like a rag doll if you don't know what you're doing.
Right.
So he'd come over here, I'd tell him, bro, grab his tail, knowing that it's gonna sling his ass into the neighbor's yard. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta be a man, bro. Then he's gonna come home, then we're gonna have to kill the alligator. I'm gonna make him shoot it. Or euthanize it or whatever. I'm sure that they went to slaughterhouses and they worked their way around the actual killing of the cow. You know
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then we gotta pick his ass up, take 600-700 pound animal, pick it up, put it on the skinning table, clean it. Then the dirty part is when you gotta take the guts out of it.
Oh
man, let me tell you something. When you kill an alligator, whatever he ate last is in his stomach, and it is ripe.
Oh, I can believe it.
And then you like every time, so you cutting, if you hit an artery, it'll squirt in your face, it'll get on your clothes, and then you got to put your arms all the way up to your shoulders inside of the carcass to pull so somebody else can get in there and cut off the ribs to the lungs.
See,
send his ass over here. Send him an email.
We definitely got to get an email out to him for this right here.
I bring him over here. Me, I don't give a damn.
Yeah, because this is it.
How did you guys get into this?
Well, my grandfather was the biggest. He was an electrical engineer for Jefferson Parish, but he was like the top person when he was young. So he would go and he would inspect like new hospitals that were built with all the electrical systems or schools. And it's simple shit. But then he moved out here and married my grandmother. My grandmother her father was my Papazizi. That's who I'm named after, my great grandfather on my mother's side. He was the turtle king around here. Catch all the big turtles. He's the first person in this town to have an automobile, Model T Ford with the Spanish moss stuffed in the seat. You know what I'm saying? Like that long ago. Like back before this bridge was here, they used to have a one-car ferry made out of wood that a guy would pull your car across.
Oh, wow.
So anyway,
that's hard.
It was like 2 cents to get across the bar. It was ridiculous. So anyway, he married, and then he was an entrepreneur. He's like, all right, the fur trade's about to get huge. So I'm gonna take all you people that don't have an education but know how to survive in the swamp. Yeah. And I'm gonna buy all the raccoons you could give me, all the otters, all the muskrats, all the minks. You bring them here, I'm gonna buy them from you. And then he would go around, excuse my language, he'd go find all the crackheads in the town and give them a case of beer for the day, and they'd skin 600-700 raccoons. What? 400-500 alligators in a day. Yeah. This building was nothing but a glorified boat shed. It was never a swamp tour. Like right here, these tables, that wasn't here. None of this was here. My grandfather brought in used cars, washing machines, tires, threw it in the bayou, put dirt over it, and built what this is sitting on now. Like when a dump truck passes right here, this whole building shakes because of the tires, like a big spring. Oh wow! You can feel it if you're sitting inside. Yeah. So all this and they had tables made out of 2x4s and plywood, and the boats would pull up right here with all the animals, throw them up. My grandfather would pay them, all the skinners would skin them, and then my grandfather would get in the truck and go sell them to people that would drive down from like New York and Chicago for like triple what they were worth if you would have sold them here. So he was a middleman. He was the biggest fur merchant in the state at one time. Yeah. He made a lot of money doing it. Yeah. He was getting old. He gave it to my uncle, which had a severe substance enhancing problem. Okay. And it just kind of went down the drain. But my mother bought all the siblings out, and she started a swamp tour. And back then, when you start a swamp tour, you could bring the French people in. Nice. You bring the French people in for $70 a person, right? You give them the backyard, you feed them lunch with the buffet table. And you get a little Cajun band for like $200. You put them on the boat within 4 hours, they gone. But it's $70 a person. You doing 300-400 people a day. Yeah. But like for 2-3 times a week forever. And then you get the school groups. This was a big money business. Yeah. And then, but now there's other swamp tours. The world's changing. In other words, back when we had to hand out flyers and brochures, now they got online, which is Facebook, and they got so websites. And my mom don't understand that. She understands it. My mom's a very smart woman. She has a law degree and everything else, but she doesn't. Technology is just a big step, and she's not exactly the youngest chicken in the farm anymore, so she doesn't feel like she needs to do that. She just gave it to me, and now I'm the one that's kind of going to catch it all back up. Yes. But I'm keeping my swamp tour, but the corona came. I'm having a really difficult time starting this big rock to move. Yeah. But once all that goes away, I'm sure I'm gonna get all my school groups back. I'm sure I'm gonna get all my French groups back and stuff like that. But with another problem that I'm facing is I'm not on the beaten path. You have to know me to get here. I'm not 10 miles out of New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? You can't take a Greyhound bus here for 10 miles a person.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta it's a big
You gotta
thing.
know about it.
But we got the big alligators in the backyard. We got the authentic boat ride. I speak a Cajun French, so my French, like when the Canadians got exiled from Nova Scotia and they came down here, they settled and they mixed their French in with the Indians. And the Indians had words for